Take two. Good morning, good afternoon, good night, good day, wherever you are, whatever the time is. I welcome you and I greet you and I thank you for viewing for whatever reason. If you want to critique, you have something good to say, you have something not so good to say, it's all up to you. Subscribe if you like it because I'm going to keep coming and keep coming. And maybe you might find something that you're just like, And if you have children and you just don't have the time to read, put the story on in the evening. So today, I have plenty stories that I want to share, but I can't do it all one time. Sometimes I tell stories, sometimes I read stories. Today I'm going to be telling a story because when I tell the story, it's from here. And even when I read, I don't go verbatim. I like to ad lib. I like to put my sauce, my flavor, and my own color stew mix up in there. So today our story is boys and girls of all ages and stages. Press a button. Tell me something. Yeah, before you leave. Today's story is caps. Caps for sale. One of my favorite stories over the years that I've shared with the children. And in the book, I like the way it's set up. I like the way the story is set up. And the colors are very nice. So let me share it with you. Here's my version of caps for sale. In a village, in a small town, there was a man. He was known as a peddler. A peddler is a man that goes around and sells from place to place, town to town, from persons to persons. And this particular peddler used to sell caps of all colors. Yeah, not different sizes. I was about to say different sizes, but all the colors. So at the bottom of his head, he had a black cap. And on top of the black cap, he had his red cap. And then green, yellow, orange, and purple. So he walked very carefully through the town saying, caps! Caps for sale, 50 cents a cap. Go figure, right? Caps for sale, 50 cents a cap. And he walked town very slowly so as not to disturb those caps. But soon morning turned into late morning and late morning turned into noon. And at this point, he became a little tired, a little weary. So he went to sit by a tree, walking very carefully. And he sat down. And before he sat down very slowly. And at the very top, he took off his green cap. He took off the yellow caps. He removed the purple caps. He removed the orange caps. And at the very bottom, he took off his black cap and he set them down on the ground. And before you know it, he leaned back and he decided to take a rest, small rest. He didn't decide it. It just took him by surprise. And when he caught himself, he was like, whoa, time, I have to go. Because he wanted to make just something for today, maybe to buy a meal. So he decided to put his caps back on. He looked to the right of him, and he looked to the left, and there were no caps to be found. And he was like, what the himmity jiminy? He couldn't figure out where his caps were. He turned all the way around, no caps. So he looked up in the tree where he was leaning on, and on every branch was a monkey. And on every monkey was one of his caps. His red caps, his black caps, his yellow, his green, his purple, his orange. Now this was a problem. He looked up in the tree and he said, "You monkeys, you send me my caps." And the monkeys looked down at him and said, "Eh, eh, 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 eh." Now that troubled his spirit. He didn't like it. He was angry. And he said, "You monkeys, he demanded, "you give me my caps." And the monkeys looked down at him and said, So he walked and he paced and he said, "I need my caps right away. You monkeys, you must give me my caps." And the monkeys looked down at him and said, Well, the one black cap that he had, he took it off his head. He was so frustrated and he threw it down on the ground. And every monkey on every branch took off those caps. And down came a rain of caps. Purple caps, orange caps, yellow caps, blue caps, green, and red. Did I say red? They all came down. And the peddler picked up each piles of caps. And on top of his black cap, he put his red cap. And on top of the red cap, he put the yellow cap. And on top of the yellow, he put the orange, the blue, the purple. And they were all stacked neatly. And he went out again to make his earnings and his daily living, saying, "Caps, caps for sale, 50 cents a cap. Caps, caps for sale, 50 cents a cap. Wheels been, stories in." And that's the truth now. I wouldn't lie. I definitely wouldn't lie. So if you like it, give me a shout. Do something. Say something. And don't forget, subscribe. And I'm Miss Monte, and we're at Reading Corner, where reading is fundamental. Peace. Have a blessed.